Hey guys, welcome back to Rollin' Reviews D&D Tips. I'm Alex.
And I'm Dylan.
And you're scary today.
Yeah, well, we're making a character, right?
Yeah, gotta get into character. This is the second segment of our character creation video.
The first segment is where we did more of kind of who your character is and who they are in the world. And if you haven't seen that video, here's a little box that you get to click on.
So please click that because it's important to go through that first part before we dive into the character sheet here. So in front of you, you see a 5th edition character sheet. And this is what we're gonna need to fill out to make your character.
Yeah, today is all about the numbers, where to put them, how to add them up, where to find these numbers, and where these statistics that we're going to be putting in here come from.
Yep, so the two things you're going to be needing, just like the last video, the player's handbook is essential for making a character, and you're also going to need a set of dice for today. Alongside the character sheet, that's it. That's all you need.
Perfect, let's get started.
So in the first part of our character creation video, we talked about our class and race, and how that works with the character we want to make, so we already have that selected.
Yeah, we're doing a human barbarian. So for class, we're going to put barbarian. Barbarian, perfect. And we're even going to put it level 1, because that's where we're starting. And then race, I believe we're doing human.
Human. Okay, so we have our class and race down, and now it is time to roll ability scores.
Yay, ability scores.
So you need your set of dice here, but you only need the D6. Which is the square dice. It has 6 numbers on it.
It's the one that you've played all the board games of your life with.
Yep, so go find that, bring it out on the table. You can see we've got ours out here, although it is easier if you have 4 of these. So Dylan, could you get me the other D6 that we have?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay. Thanks, Dylan. Okay, so you got your D6 dice set up here, and we're going to roll them for each ability score.
Strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
So we've got 6, so let's do our first roll, and we're going to take out the lowest number. So take out the 1, we got 6, 2, and 2.
That's 10.
It's okay.
That's not bad, it's not bad, it's
So
okay.
let's go. Okay.
Okay, that's not great.
No, so that's a 9. Again, taking out the lowest number.
It's alright, You know what, we're on the up and up here, right? Oh, okay.
Here we go. Okay, 6, 6, and 3, that's a 15. That is a great roll.
That's wonderful, especially for level 1.
It's okay. It's alright. What do we got? 6, 5, 2,
You're failing me.
13. I'm
You're
sorry.
failing this character
I'm
right
sorry. Alright, hey, this is better.
now. Okay.
6, 4, 4, 14.
Alright, yeah, alright. I'm starting to see some good okay numbers here.
And the last one. Ooh, here we go.
There you go.
There we go.
That's what I like to see.
That's a 16.
Perfect.
Alright.
So we got our 6 numbers. Some are bad, some are really good. And here's what we got to think about. We're a barbarian, which means that strength is going to have to be our highest number. It's what we do our damage with.
Yeah.
So we're going to take that 16 and we're going to put that into strength.
Yep. So that's where the highest number's going. And we also have to think about barbarians are probably going to be in the front lines, taking
Yep.
a lot of damage. So constitution, that goes into your health. We probably want a high number there, so we'll put the 15 there.
15 sounds about right.
Okay. So we have a 14, 13, 9, and 10 left.
So here is where this can get a little tricky. As a barbarian, intelligence and wisdom are probably going to be our lowest scores. It's the difference between dexterity and charisma. Now, a charismatic barbarian isn't that unheard of, but a barbarian that can use its dexterity to maybe throw things or be ranged,
Probably.
it all depends on who you think your character is.
Yeah, probably more common for us to be dexterity.
Absolutely.
Major,
yeah, so we'll put the
so-
next highest one, which is the 14.
Yeah, so we'll stick that there. And then...
13 on the charisma, probably?
Yeah, we'll put that there. And then we've got the lowest scores, which wisdom and intelligence. Doesn't necessarily matter right now where we put them because we have a 10 and a 9.
So either way, is not the smartest character in the books.
Let's give him a 10 intelligence to give him a little more street smarts and 9 wisdom because...
You know, he isn't exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's strong. He hits like a truck.
So now that we have our ability scores set up, we're going to go look in our race because races give bonuses to ability scores. So we're human, so we're going to flip to page 29, which is the start of the human in the player's handbook.
That's right. And over on page 31, under traits, it says ability score improvement, which means we get +1 to all of the dice that we just rolled.
Yep, so for the human, that's their bonus. Now, for other classes, you're going to have different bonuses, just depending on what it gives you in the player's handbook.
I believe elves have plus to dexterity, dragonborn to charisma, dwarves to strength and constitution, so each race is going to have its own little thing.
Yep, so this is ours, and now we've got our new stats on our page.
These are the last numbers that we have. We're level 1, so there's no more addition, no more secret little spots to get more points. So from here, we're going to figure out what the ability modifier is. Now, the modifier is what you use when you're attacking. It's what a lot of spells use. And you see that tiny little circle underneath the big number? Right there is where we're going to be putting the modifier.
So the modifiers are on page 13 of the player's handbook, and this gives you a list of ability scores and their modifiers for each number that you have. So we can look on that chart, or you can do math with it.
Yeah, everyone always asks, how do I find my ability modifiers? I'm a DM. You take your big number, you minus it by 10, and then you divide that number by 2. Now, if it's a half number, you just round down.
Yep. So we'll just use the chart right now since we got it right in front of us.
Perfect.
So a 17 is a plus 3. So we're going to put 3 in the first modifier box. And we're going to go down the list here. 15 is plus 2. 16 is plus 3. 11 is a 0. 10's a 0. And a 14 is a 2. So that's our modifiers.
Perfect. Now that we have our modifiers, we can go ahead and figure out what our health is.
So we have to go to the barbarian page because that's our class.
Here we have a nice little image for you, but if you can't see the numbers or anything like that, it's page 46 is where the barbarian page starts.
Yep, so on page 47, you will see it says class features, and under that it says hit points. So you'll see hit die, hit points at first level, and hit points at higher levels. So right now, we just have to worry about our hit die and our hit points at first level.
Yeah, hit points first level is 12 plus your constitution modifier. So you're just taking the number 12, looking at the tiny number under constitution, which is 3, which means that our health starting is 15.
Yep, and we're going to put it in the middle of the sheet here where it says hit point maximum. So we've got 15. And for hit dice, you have 1d12 per barbarian level.
So right now, you're level 1, which means you have 1 hit dice and 1d12.
Yep. So we're going to put it under hit dice, 1d12.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's for healing. So if you ever need to heal up.
In a short rest, I believe.
Yeah, in a short rest, you can heal up and you'll just roll a d12 if you're a barbarian. So since we're still on this page, underneath hit points, it says proficiencies. So we're going to go into this. And you see it says proficiencies in armor, weapons, and tools. So we're going to write these down. I usually write it in this left-hand box here, which has other proficiencies in language. You can put it in any box, honestly. You can even go down to the second page of the character sheet and just stick it in any box. It's wherever you think it's best fit.
Wherever you're going to know where it is.
Exactly. So we have armor. So I'll write that. And we have light armor, medium armor, shields. So that's what we have for our armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have weapons, which is simple, martial, and that's it. And then we have tools, which is none. So now we have our proficiencies written down, and we have below that our skills and saving throws.
So skills is something that is going to be a little more thought-provoking as far as what you really want. You're thinking about barbarian. Barbarians have quite a few animal handling, athletics, intimidation, nature, perception, and survival. And this goes back to your character. Was your character a good forager? Did they live off the land? Then survival and nature might be really good. Was your barbarian more of just a straight-up fighter? Maybe perception and intimidation. It all depends on you. For us, we're just going to do perception and survival. Do kind of like a middle ground between the two.
Yep, so you see here under the skills box, we're going to click perception and survival. So this means we're proficient in these two skills.
So when you're rolling for those skills, you add your proficiency bonus.
And for level 1, it's 2. So we're going to go up to proficiency bonus, type in a 2, and there you go.
Perfect.
So
saving throws. Let's check. The barbarian has strength and constitution saving throws. So once again, this means that you are proficient in both of these saving throws. So whenever something is fighting against you and you have to make a strength saving throw, you add your proficiency.
So alongside clicking what you're proficient in, we have the boxes that associate with the modifiers of your ability scores. So we're going to go and fill these in. So the first one is acrobatics, and next to it says dex. Your dex modifier is a 2. So in the acrobatics, you're going to put a 2. And we're going to go down the line for all of these and just put in all the numbers. All right, so up on the top of the screen we have the initiative, and we're going to fill that out.
Yeah, initiative is the number that you add to your dice roll when you're at the start of combat, when you're deciding who's going first.
So it's just going to be your dexterity mod. So for us, it's 2. So every time you want to do initiative, you roll your d20, and then you add your initiative bonus, which in our case would be 2. So next we're going to go into our speed, which will be on our race sheet.
Yeah, so we have to go back to human, which was page 31, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yay, I remember things. And it will have, right where we had the ability scores, it'll have your speed.
So under human traits, it says speed, and it says 30 feet. So we've got 30.
If you're playing on a board, that's 6 squares, because each square is about 5 feet.
Yep.
The next thing we need to do is get your equipment, your armor, your gold, and your weapons.
So on page 143, you'll see it says starting wealth by class. So since our class is a barbarian, we have 2d4 times 10. So we have to roll 2d4 dice. We got a 4 and a 2. So we have a 6. You times that by 10.
60 gold. Yay, we are a rich barbarian.
Yes, we are. So at the bottom of the page here, you see it says CP, SP, EP, GP. GP is gold pieces. So we're going to put 60. And that's our gold. So now we can go into looking at our equipment.
That's right. We need to go either armor or weapons first. It really is up to you how you want to play your character. I believe that both of us believe the barbarians are single-wheeled, big ol' hammer kind of people. So let's go ahead and see what the dice is on that.
So on page 145, you have your equipment list, and this shows all the armor that you have. So I think we're going to go light armor for our guy.
Makes sense. He likes to move around a lot. So I think we'll go with the leather armor, which is 10 gold pieces. So we're going to have to subtract from our very rich barbarian, unfortunately.
So now we have 50 gold.
But now that we have our armor, we can calculate our AC up at the top. So under the leather armor, it says it is 11 plus dex modifier. So our dex modifier is 2. So we have an armor class of 13.
And armor class is your base defense. So if an enemy's coming at you and they swing, the DM will ask, hey, what's your AC or what's your armor class? If their attack beats your AC, you get hit. If they don't, they miss. So next we have to get our weapons, which is on page 149. So flip there and you'll see a giant list of weapons. And we're proficient in simple and martial weapons, which is pretty much every weapon on the page.
This is true. It's the one great thing about being a barbarian. Now, we're going to go pretty simple. We're just going to go with I believe, a great mace is what it is?
Yeah, I think
or a great sword. Let's do a great sword.
Great sword? Okay, so that'll deplete all of our gold.
Yeah, well, I want a sword.
So we have no more gold, but we have a great sword. And some people like to write it in the equipment, like myself, but you're also going to have to put it up in your attacks and spellcasting box.
That's right.
So we have our great sword up here. Mm-hmm. And we're going to look next to the sword. It says attack
2d6,
bonus.
right, 2d6.
So we've got 2d6. And the damage type for this weapon is slashing. So we're going to write in slashing.
Look at that. Look at that. We got ourselves a barbarian with a sword and armor and all of his numbers.
So we have the main stats down for our weapons, our armor, but we also have to think about our traits. So our character is going to have a certain personality. And for you, this is just going to depend on who you want to play, what you want their background to be. So we can just quickly do this here. So ideals. Maybe we want to protect our friends, our party. So, so an ideal would be help our party at all costs.
Mm-hmm. Bonds. The bond is to the party, is to your friends.
It also could be someone in your background, like maybe your father.
Yeah,
or
family could be very big.
Yeah,
yes.
could even be like a weapon. You could be bonded to an item. So whatever you want to put there, that's fine. Flaws.
He cares too much.
Yeah, that could be it. So he cares way too much. So in game, when we're role playing, if someone is having an issue or a difficulty, we're always going to be there to help.
I think he's also too much of a hard worker.
Yeah, we could put that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, he's like, he's like too good looking, I think is what, you could put that in there. Yeah. Like all of these things are this guy's problem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the last one would be a flaw, but to some people, I guess, man, they would be like, man, that guy's too good looking. I'm not letting him in my tavern.
They can't trust him. So this is just simple. We got a little silly there, but these are things that you can go ahead and write.
So next we have to do your character name. Now some people like to do this right away when making a character.
Yeah.
We like to do all of our scores and all of our traits and everything first, and then we name our character at the end.
Yeah, it's real important to think of a good name. Oh, no. Oh, Alex, I just spilled all those dice. Can you go... you gotta go organize them, don't you?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot.
I spilled the dice on purpose. Oh my god. He's gonna be so mad.
You really need to be more careful when picking
I named
up
our character for us, by the way.
Hold on, I got this.
Okay.
I got.
All right.
Boom.
Oh, look at that. Now you got yourself a wonderful barbarian name of Pennis Jones.
Pennis Jones. That's his name.
There you go. Now, Pennis Jones, what's his background?
So we're going to look in the player's handbook here, and there's a page for backgrounds. So on page 125, you have a list of backgrounds. Now, some DMs will use the backgrounds in the book. Some DMs will just say, okay, pick your background, and that's it. But if you're doing this by the book, backgrounds actually give you bonuses. I know in our game, we don't use these bonuses.
Not
we just,
too often.
Yeah, we just kind of say, all right, this is our background, that's it. However, your DM might want to use this. So for us, let's just pick one of them.
Criminal.
Criminal.
Yes.
All right. So if we're picking criminal, and if we're going by the book here, let's type in criminal. And the bonuses for criminal, you have skill proficiencies, deception, and stealth. So we're going to click the little circles next to stealth and deception. And then you have tool proficiencies, which is one type of gaming set, and thieves tools. So it's not none anymore. We have thieves tools and one gaming set, which you can look through near equipment. It shows the sets. We're not going to pick it right now, but just for now we know we have proficiency in one of those. So we also have equipment, which is
a crowbar, a set of common clothes including a hood, and a belt pouch containing, oh, we're rich again, 15 gold pieces.
Oh, yeah. So, we can put 15 back into our gold.
Feels good. Let's get another sword.
Come on, man. They cost like 50 gold.
We're almost there.
So, player name. So, we're going to just put roll and review.
Wonderful.
And then experience points, we're at 0 because we're level 1.
And the alignment. This is completely up to you.
Did you just walk out of the room? So, I'm all by myself now. Great. So, for your alignments, you have 9 choices. You have lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil. You have neutral good, true neutral, or neutral evil. And then chaotic good, chaotic neutral.
And chaotic evil!
Oh, you're back. Yep. So, you have the 9 choices there. You can look online for descriptions of each. And again, this is just a base meaning of like what your character is going to act like, their personality, how it's going to be affected, maybe what gods they follow.
It just influences small things throughout the entire game, kind of, for your character. And alignments can always change. So for the barbarian, Pennis Jones, I think that probably just neutral good. No, he's a criminal. He's neutral evil.
Hold on, caps it. Evil.
There you go.
So the last thing to do is to fill out your character's demographics. This is on the second page of your character sheet, and you can see we already filled ours in. We made his age 25, height 6'3", 200 pounds, his eye color is blue, his skin color is dark gray, and we gave him black hair, made of a frohawk style. So you can do whatever you want for your character. This is just up to you. Have fun with it. But that's really just how you do demographics. Just fill in the boxes. Pretty simple. So we have everything that we need right now.
And you know what? With this, we're able to just get started playing. You could take this character sheet and go ahead and just play a game with it. This character is ready to roll.
Yep, so we hope you enjoyed the second part, going through the character sheet. And we'll be back soon with some more tip videos.
If you want us to do maybe a different class, different race, just to see how that plays out, how we would decide things for that, go ahead and say which ones that you'd like us to do.
Yep, so we'll be back next time.
All right, see ya.